The Trump administration's pro-crypto posture. Add to this the push for Bitcoin strategic reserve. Amidst all of this, the easing stance at the SEC is creating a high level of confidence in US-centric digital asset infrastructure. We see this across the board, and this will reverberate. Everyone is talking about tokenization. Everything will be tokenized. We had the event yesterday at Dubai, the Dubai Fintech Summit. There were loads of panel discussions on tokenization of real estate to treasury bills, securities, all of that. Everything will be tokenized. Are you ready to jump on this bandwagon and make money from the volatility that will come for this? Opportunities are here. And we are going to spot it in this video and highlight it in this video, like I do every day. My name is OP. I'm a prop trader from Hedge, and I'm here to give you opportunities and to lay everything out, the facts and the figures of how to make money as traders in this market. Highly volatile, but also rampant and rife with opportunities and generational wealth making opportunities. Let's jump right into the video and into the content that we have. And immediately we go straight into VanEck, an institutional firm known in America, saying they have 120 billion assets under management as long as VBIL, their first tokenized treasury fund, across Solana, Avalanche, BNB, and Ethereum. Tokenization will take over the world. Everything will be tokenized. And you can also see another institution, another top institution, UBS from Switzerland, I believe, is saying their clients are acquiring Bitcoin and crypto. Institutions are adopting, and they are coming in droves.
It's not just private market, and also hedge fund, commodity, and crypto. Interestingly, recently when I talked to some of the traditional family offices, they were telling me they are now looking at allocation of 5% in crypto. That's the reason why even traditional banks like us, I have to make sure we get our platform ready to take on this opportunity. So I think definitely opportunity.
Yeah.
Alternative.
Opportunities are there. She just said it. That's where the video ended. Crypto adoption is taking over. Institutions are here, and the adoption rate is increasing by the day. And they are embracing crypto. Corporations, institutions are embracing crypto. Government entities are embracing crypto. And you can see right here, the corporate BTC purchases now outweigh the supply of new Bitcoin in 2025. So we are seeing a supply crunch in the market, whereby it is going to make the price pop, because of course this is demand and supply. When there's a lot of demand and there's not enough supply to match that demand, what happens to the price? We all know. This is economics 101. And also this is also echoed by Mark Buchela, the founder of Neoclassic Capital, saying institutions just echoing what we literally just said.
Bitcoin has always been a leading indicator of where risk assets will go. So this is generally a positive skewed market for Bitcoin. I think specifically to Bitcoin, what's happening is where's the buying coming from? And so again, you have these publicly listed entities that are consistent buyers of Bitcoin. You have one of the most profitable companies in the world, Tether, that continues to use profits to buy Bitcoin. Tether is what the insurance business was for asset management. It's becoming one of the largest balance sheets out there. You have states, so New Hampshire, Arizona, potentially Oregon, who are now adopting digital asset holding frameworks that are going into law. You have sovereign states. I was in Dubai last week. The UAE, alongside many other nations, are buying Bitcoin as a reserve asset. So you have demand coming from there, and then where do you see supply consolidating?
Very similar to gold, I was going to say, where we see kind of this huge institutional and kind of central bank buying that's been a big part of the story. Does that keep going, though, or does that run out at some point?
Digital and physical gold have worked quite well. So I think the Swiss are doing well between the franc and gold. That's been a good trade for everybody in Bitcoin all around. So I think that trade should continue. I mean, it's all momentum oriented. So as long as there's more adoption, more establishment of these as reserves, the other side of it is the supply. So you're seeing investment banks like Cantor Fitzgerald, you're seeing Coinbase and others that are now running large scale Bitcoin lending platforms. And so when Bitcoin becomes financeable, Bitcoin becomes a liquid asset you can hold. So basically not liquid in terms of trading, but you post your Bitcoin as collateral and you can borrow dollars, then go out and buy more Bitcoin and buy other assets. That sinks supply. It creates a supply sink that didn't have that type of size previously. And so that alongside the stablecoin adoption is off the charts. So the banking system of crypto, the on-chain banking world, is coming together between stablecoins, on-chain treasuries, tokenized assets, on-chain finance. That is the foundation for our banking system. And so we already have dollars in banks in the traditional fiat world, and that allows us to go build applications, build stores. We now have that foundation in crypto, and we're on the cusp of the on-chain banking system.
We are on the cusp of the on-chain banking system. Tokenization you mentioned. Everything, like I said in the subject title of this video, everything will be tokenized. You can see there's a BTC supply squeeze and supply crunch that is speaking about. And he also highlighted a DeFi also coming on chain. You'll be able to stake your Bitcoin or use your Bitcoin as a means to borrow. You borrow against your Bitcoin. So that means the decentralized finance, DeFi, is going to be coming on the Bitcoin rails, on the Bitcoin blockchain, and a lot of things and activities and financial products will be based in the cryptocurrency space. All these institutions are here: banking, finance. I was at the Dubai Fintech Summit this week. All of them are talking about this topic. You can Standard Chartered. I met with Standard Chartered. I saw HSBC. I even saw United Bank for Africa from Nigeria. It has about 23 banks all over Africa, and they are talking about this. They are speaking about tokenization. They are talking about blockchain and all this emerging technology. And this is what is going to, all these guys are accumulating and storing Bitcoin and sitting on their bags. And this is going to cause a supply crunch. And you can see with the price, the demand here, and what is going on here. The demand is back in grain, so people are demanding more of that. So that's, and look at the supply. The supply is just little compared to the demand. This is just going to cause a supply crunch, and of course going to make the price pop to the upside. It's just going to make it much more expensive when there's more demand. Then you look according to the Wyckoff pattern. Bitcoin is likely, according to Crypto Aros, Bitcoin is likely to get to 130 by June. So this is what we are looking at, and it's drawing. This is pattern, and this is what is speculating that it's possible for us to get to 130 before we see a correction to maybe 124,000. Then that will decide if we keep that support or we break that support to a lower price. But that is yet to be seen, and it's all speculation at this point. You can also see El Salvador, another country, is being DCAing, which is dollar cost averaging, and they are acquiring more Bitcoin for his own strategic reserve, and they keep on buying Bitcoin. They have been buying Bitcoin since God knows, I can't remember the year they started buying Bitcoin, but it has been very, very smart on the president Nayib Bukele, and he has been buying Bitcoin and keeping that. And this is also part of the movement of a lot of governments that will be storing Bitcoin, and it will be interesting to see a lot more countries in the global south if they also be storing Bitcoin as strategic reserve. That's yet to be seen. It's yet to be announced. Maybe they are doing it secretly, but I'm sure that will come anytime soon. And me as an African, as a Nigerian myself again, I'll be interested to see if that is going to be happening in Nigeria, because of course we all know that Nigerian users and Nigerian customers and retail from Nigeria is one of the Nigeria is one of the highest, I think it's the number one country for crypto adoption in the world. So that will be interesting to see if the government takes a position that is pro crypto, and also increasing adoption and taking what majority of the youth is saying and the stance they already have and they're already following, right? So the government pretty much is supposed to go according to what the people are saying. So in that case, it will be interesting to see what will be happening in the near-term future. Looking at Ethereum also, you can see there's a big bounce in the active addresses on Ethereum blockchain, and it's surging. Ethereum has been doing very well. Looking at it on the daily, it's even outperforming Bitcoin. So this is quite interesting for Ethereum, and it's showing Ethereum there's something going to be happening. And according to Crypto Rover, Ethereum is about to explode. I actually believe this thesis, and I think Ethereum is going to do something, and it's going to melt our faces, as we say. Just looking at macroeconomics, and this week is heavy. It's still going to be heavy because we are still going to see more economic data released today and tomorrow, and also we are expecting Jerome Powell's speech, and with respect to inflation and interest rates, and let's just listen to whether it's going to be sounding dovish or hawkish in today or tomorrow. I believe the speech is today. So anyways, looking at the CPI report is in, and inflation came in slightly cooler than expected. So all of this is already, because of the tariffs already active, this mild surprise is immediate fears. So at least we are not really fearful. The market is much more certain than before because the inflation came in slightly cooler. So this is giving us much more bullish stance, and is giving investors and traders much more confidence to enter the market and to be risk on right now. So that is even very evident when you look at the fear and greed index. The greed is high because, of course, people are much more risk on and they are much more confident to go into trades and to take higher bets. And you can see in the altcoin markets and crypto markets overall, everything pretty much is green across the board. Everything is returning, so everybody is much more bullish. There's a lot of risk on appetite, and this is just going to flow according to price levels. So we just go straight to Dogecoin, which is something that is quite of interest, and I believe is going to be a runner, of course, on the Ethereum blockchain. So you see Dogecoin is still consolidating and just going sideways at 24 cents right now. So we see what it's going to be doing. It's yet to make a decision. It looks like it has stopped out in the near term. So let's see if it's going to pull back. It's going to close the daily lower than 24 cents. Looking at the RSI, looks to be moving sideways for now. So really, we cannot really say. So we'll just be looking at this for now on Dogecoin. Looking at Ethereum, you can see, which is of interest because we have talked about the wallet addresses. There's a lot of bullish catalyst and narrative going on for Ethereum. Everyone is watching it, so Ethereum is kind of back on the map, and that is quite interesting to be watchful. And looking at Ethereum, looking at the RSI, we look to be pointing downward in the near term. So we'll be looking for further pullback to maybe around 2,400. So once we get to that and we confirm that support, of course, that will be below the 200 EMA close, so that will be looking too bullish in the near term, but we'll be watching what the daily close says today at the end of today. Then we just go straight to Bitcoin, the godfather of them, and you can see we remain sideways movement from yesterday. We seem to be consolidating and trying to make a decision whether we are going to break down and confirm the support around 100,000, 99,000, or we pull upwards and we break through the resistance of 105. So that is yet to be seen. And I just want to highlight this tweet by Crypto Potato saying that the 100K level isn't just psychological. It's a breakdown below could liquidate 2.4 billion longs. Bitcoin bulls better not blink. So this is quite interesting because there's a lot of bulls right now and a lot of longs. A lot of people have put in longs, which I decided not to go against. Instead of longing the market, I wanted to understand what is going on. I wanted to see what direction we are taking and what price action is saying in the near term. And to me, I kind of knew after breaking above the $100,000 barrier, we would move sideways for now and consolidate before making a decision what the price action might do in the near term. So this is quite evident. Looking at the RSI, we seem to be looking like we are trending downwards in the immediate short term. So this is quite interesting. Volume lackluster at the moment. So this is all we have to watch and see and wait and see. And just let the price action come to us, managing our risk levels and making sure we are not losing money, but we are making money. Of course, you can trade on the lower time frames like the 5 minutes and 15 minutes chart, but that is not my style. Everybody has his own different styles, but let's just even take a look at 15 minutes chart to see what that is saying right now. You seem to be choppy around this chart. So of course, we are above the 200 EMA and below the 50 EMA. So we seem to be choppy, which is not really good in this sense. So it's not something that really favorable because choppy markets really can get you easily destroyed and you blow your account. So it's something I try to stay away from because I'm more of a long, and you can see it the Bitcoin price when it was above the 50 MA, it broke down above below the 50 MA and it bounced on the 200 EMA, and now we are bouncing on the 200 EMA. So let's see if the daily if any movement will go. If anything is not going, we should be expecting a pull and a retest of the $104,000 levels, and if not, we would be breaking the 50 MA. This is on the 1 hour chart, and we'll be testing the 200 EMA around 110. So I think the most important for us is to reclaim and to hold the $100,000 levels, and that will give us much more bullish confidence much more confirm our confidence and our conviction that Bitcoin's price is going to do wonders in the near term. So this is all I have in the video today. Manage your risk levels. looking at the chart and make sure you don't lose money. And because we are here to make money, not lose money. My name is OP. I'm here every day showing up to make sure that you are aware of the chart, you are aware of what is going on, and you stay ahead of the dumb money, and you are trading as the smart money. See you tomorrow from Zero to Ferrari. Goodbye.